Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening, the 2023 OGRL Stock Rod World Championship is on circuit now. 447 Adam Turner starts on pole position, the reigning world champion, alongside him number 11 Sean Jacklin. 293 Kane van der Bosch lines up inside row 2 alongside 36 Roy Anderson. Row 3 on the grid is 422 Connor Gibson Leach and 41 Gordon McDougall, making All Scottish row number 3 to this race. Group 2 is 24 Jack Morris and 53 Nigel Foster, making up row number 4. Row 5, 175 Stevens and the 62 car, which is Kieran Twigg. Row number 6 on the grid, our only Irish representative, 957 Aaron McGrath alongside 782 Thomas Kalita. Moving back into group number 3, that's headed off by 749 Kyle Fido alongside 127 Josh Beattie. Beyond that on row 8 is 525 Paul Broderick and 409 Chris Wilkes. Row 9, 83 Ben Singleton and 34 Bruno McCutcheon. And then from the back of the grid on his own on row 10, making it the only car in group 4, is number 15 of Graham Willis. So there you go then, 19 cars on the track. This is going to be a long race for the Stock Rudders, 40 laps. This is the 2023 OGRL Stock Rod World Championship. So the journey begins. 19 cars on the track, 40 racing laps. Adam Turner and Sean Jacklin head the field and keep a nice steady pace. OGRL proudly present the 2023 Stock Rod Championship of the World. Green flag goes down, away we go, and 447 Adam Turner leads the pack to turn 1. Will he keep in the lead is the more important question. Yes, he will. 293 Van der Bosch doesn't need asking twice to go through for second, as Sean Jacklin had no way of getting to the inside line on the first bend. Anderson has been railroaded out wide as well, which has resulted in 422 Connor Gibson Leach diving to the inside in the Corsa. He's got one for tow as well, which is 41 Gordon McDougall in the lone Citroen Saxo, the only Citroen Saxo in the OGRL Stock Rod scene for the time being. But 447 Adam Turner has managed to get a light breakaway at the front, with 293 Van der Bosch is sticking with him. 127 Beattie going wide in the rear end of the field there. 525 Broderick nearly comes together with him. 83 Singleton and 34 McCutcheon nearly end up having a bit of a connection, but they both go their separate ways rather fortuitously. 41 McDougall gets in the door. 36 Anderson and tries to pulse the centre green, takes 24 Morris with him. So tangle on the far side, McDougall and Morris hook up. Morris will rejoin, McDougall not so much, he's gone. Thankfully they get out of the way before the leaders come round to be greeted with the track blockage. Adam Turner is still the leader in question. 409 Wilkes runs wide at turn 1. Here comes 15 Willis down the inside as well in the Incrace Motorsport car. With that, the top 3 have remained unchanged since the start, with 447 Turner heading Van der Bosch in 293. 11 of Jacklin is very much still third. Gibson Leach in 422 runs fourth with his mascot Keith the Budgie on the side of the car. Very much a bit of a tradition these days for Connor's Budgie to make an appearance every now and then. 782 Kalita chasing down 749 Cal Fido in the low reaches of what I would imagine is more or less the top 10, maybe 11th or 12th, but they can't be far for a top 10 place, the pair on them, the two white graders. Good to see a few white tops here tonight. It's very rare we see a big field of white graders in the stock rods at the moment. The grading system has somewhat lent to the higher graded cars, with the points coming quite easily in the earlier part of the season with the lower car numbers. Car numbers have increased now, with 9 of them here tonight, and we had 17 of them, I believe, at Birmingham last time out. 782 Kalita chops those of 525 Broderick. 127 Beattie clouts the wall on turn 4, and McCutcheon 34 doesn't need asking twice to go through on the inside line, and that he does do so, and then gets back in front of Beattie before getting to the back straight. 127 Beattie tried for a dive to the inside, didn't work though. The line was well and truly covered off by McCutcheon before he had a chance to make the dive to the inside. 782 Kalita and 525 Broderick still battling in the two Peugeot 106s. They nearly come to blows though. 782 Kalita didn't see that 525 Broderick was there, nearly put him in the marker tyres. 34 McCutcheon having a little bit of an overlook at this, just seeing what he can do about the situation, as this little bunch of them really are getting quite compact. This could cause some issues should the leaders catch them. The leader is still half a lap away, but at the pace Adam Turner's going at the moment, it suggests it may not be a very long time before he is with this lot. Out wide goes 127 Josh Beattie, 83 Singleton trying to come down the inside. We've got Jack Morris recovering as well in 24 after his tangle with Gordon McDougall earlier on. 447 Turner's caught the first of the back markers, which is 15 of Graham Willis. 782 Kalita Dawes, 1049 Carl Fido. Not intentional, I'm sure, but they still made contact. 525 Broderick all over the show there, and still gets to the inside of Fido by the time they get to turn number 3. 34 McCutcheon attempting to make it 3 wide, but that's not going to work. It certainly hasn't. Something's got to give here. It hasn't given, and they all get round, which is quite amazing. That was heading to be a rather disastrous moment for that little lot, but they all survive to live the tale. Down the back straight and into the home straight they come. 24 Morris to the outside of 83 Singleton trying to make his comeback, as we say. 34 McCutcheon has got round the outside. 525 Broderick, who dives to the inside of 782 Thomas Kalisa as they go into the track shop turn. They all make their way through there nice and cleanly. 525 and 782 right together. 34 McCutcheon gives a bit of a push there to 525 Broderick, I think, as they went into the bend. Broderick ran wide but keeps the position as McCutcheon backed out of it. 749 Fido's now having a little look again as well, the driver from Liverpool. 782 Kalisa now put to the outside line by 34 McCutcheon. Leader involved in the back marker traffic now. 447 Turner glides away through. He gets past 749 and 127 fairly easily down there. They both move aside and that leader go through. 83 Singleton put sideways by 24. Morris coming out of turn 4, but they once again live to tell the tale. And now Turner's got to deal with 782 Thomas Kalita, but the second place runner Kane van der Bosch is now having to deal with that group of cars. 24 Morris was a bit reluctant to move out of the way there. Van der Bosch dives to the inside of 83 Singleton. That's going to allow 24 Morris back through by looks of it as well. Yeah, Morris is coming through sideways into the bend in that course. Very nearly got turfed out by 749 Cal Fido. 447 Turner puts a lap on 525 Broderick as they go into the back straight. Into turn number 3 they run. 293 Van der Bosch, I think, has probably dealt with the back markers a bit quicker than Adam on this occasion, as the gap has come down considerably. Lap 23 is where we are, Mr. Starter, so we're just past the halfway stage of this 40 lap race for the Stock Rod Championship of the World. With the exclusion of Gordon McDougall, everybody else still running. 18 cars left on the track. McCutcheon now gets taken and put a lap down by 447 Turner, who has a clear track ahead of him, which is a lot better than it was 2 or 3 laps ago for the London-based racer from the Hayes area, not too far from Heathrow Airport. H293 Kane van der Bosch is closing in on 34 Romy McCutcheon here, and has got to try and get past him rather sharpish if he's got any hope of catching Adam Turner before that checkered flag goes down on these stock prodders tonight. Their penultimate race of the evening. One more race to come after this, the graded all-comers race over 16 laps. A chance for the lower graded drivers to possibly shine in that, but all focus still very much on the world final. Jack Glynn is 3rd, Gibson Leach I believe is 4th, and 5th place, a long way back it may be, is 36 Roy Anderson in the green and white Alves Autos sponsored Vauxhall Corsa. He puts lap on 83 Ben Singleton. 15 Graham Willis experimenting with a lower line on the far side. Whether it will work, we remain to find out. 749 Fido using all the curb and a bit more down there at turn 1. 127 Beattie also doing so on corner exit. They're going to have a bit of a rare set too, I feel. Oh, Cian Twigger's come to a stop on the exit of turn 2. That's not a good place to be stuck there, Cian. He's trying to get out of the way. It sounds like the car has just gone into limp home mode. The car's not producing any revs and it doesn't really want to move. Everybody goes low. They're advised on the race lever system to go low on the exit of turn 2 to avoid hitting the back of that stationary car. We do our level best to avoid any major incidents in the non-contact film. The 782 Kalita, I say that about a major instance, has a huge tank stop on the far side and nearly embeds himself in the tyres. Cian Twigger's got that car moved to the centre green so he can keep racing then. The track is now back wide open as we come through now onto lap number 32. So 8 laps left to go in this World Championship for the stock rods. 447 Turner has led all 32 of the laps thus far, and he's not looking to surrender the lead at this late stage. 127 Beatty slides out wide, 749 Fido follows suit. Those two have been almost magnetised to each other this race. 83 Singleton doesn't need asking twice to deal with 749 Fido in the Corsa. Yep, through goes the Peugeot on the inside, leaving the Vauxhall a little bit out of breath. Bumpers go in though from Fido as he missed the braking point and then clattered the curve for good measure. 15 Willis, where's he off to? Almost down to Hooton Village up there on the Hooton turn. 175 Evans goes through on the inside. Right, our leader has got to deal with 15 Willis for a second time this race as Graham is about to go 2 laps down on the charts. But Adam very much in a league of his own at the moment. Kane van der Bosch in 293 is quick, but hasn't quite got the answer for Adam Turner here. Down the home straight comes Adam Turner in 447. He's got the Welshman Steve Evans to deal with in a moment, the driver from the Swansea area. So based in the south part of Wales is Steve. He's holding an inside line for the moment. Whether he'll switch to the outside, I remain to find out. Looks like he's going to go to the outside line, but Turner can't get down underneath him there, so not quite. So we're coming through now into the closing stages now. I think we've just got 3 laps to go now for Adam Turner in 447. 957 McGrath, I believe, has just lapped 409 Chris Wilkes down here on turn 2. You can see Aaron's roof displaying the autism awareness colours. So that's not a championship, it is very much a mark of respect, if you like, from Aaron. Through the field come then 11 of Jacqueline's not really had many friends to play with in this race, running in 3rd. Connor Gibson Leach likewise in 4th. On Roundison, I don't think he's into the car since the first lap. Anyway, last lap time for Adam Turner in 447, who is honing in to win the Stock Road World Championship for a 2nd year running. He won the title in Running Essex last year, and now he's world champion once again here at Northampton. Van der Bosch is 2nd place, Jacqueline 3rd, 4th is Gibson Leach, and Anderson is going to be 5th rounding out the top 5. That is all subject to change by race control, of course. But as far as we have it, that's the provisional result, and we can ask you please, Mr. Starter, for a red flag on the Stock Road.